All right, folks, we got some new knives and new exclusives. It's yummy time with the PB&J. Let's light it up. Bah. All right, folks, we got some new knives and new exclusives, but first, we've got some new patterns in the PB&J. Now, this one released last week. It sold out in 22 minutes.
Pretty fast.
That's insanely fast. And don't even start with the, oh, they only bought 50 of them. No, that is not the case.
No, it is the case.
It is the case, but we bought a lot more than that. A lot more. So that means that if you want to get your hands on the other new patterns that we've got coming out in the PB&J and the Sea Dragon, then you're going to want to get on those as quickly as possible because, like I said, that one sold out in 22 minutes. The one that we've got coming out this week is going to be the Canoe right here. And this one turned out absolutely gorgeous. I am really excited about this one. It's a really popular pattern for collectors. I got fingerprints all over that thing. So this is going to be our purple and brown PB&J jig bone right there. Nickel silver on the bolsters, nickel silver on the shield, brass pins, brass liners. And this is the two blade. So you've got the main blade right there, and then you've got the secondary right there. True sharp surgical steel on those. And that one's coming in at $77.99. Just, I mean, that's beautiful. That bone is gorgeous.
Yeah, it came out really good, especially in that one. It's very, very bold.
Yeah. And we've got a few in the PB&J and Sea Dragon line that are going to be coming out over the next few weeks. Patterns that we haven't done before. So that's kind of what we wanted to do here. We wanted to continue with those series, but not remake any of those so that they stay collectible. And for those of you that are looking for those less, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Made patterns.
Wow.
Off
there.
Wow. So the patterns that are a little harder to find, that's what I'm looking for, kind of. Then we're going to be making them in those as Case has production capacity, and those are on the way. Another exclusive that we've got, and we'll show this one off really quick, and I've got something to say about this. So just this past week, this one released. So this is the second in our line of Queen USA made small hunters. Now that's going to be $10.95 carbon steel on the blade right there. It is a full tang fixed blade. Now we released the Stag last week or 2 weeks ago for $69.99. This one is going to be the winter bottom bone. This one's coming in at $52.99, so a great deal. Comes with the leather sheath right here with that old school Queen logo on it. And I want to address not a comment we got on social media, but a comment we got as far as a review. First of all, there was someone that reviewed this product literally the day the Stag version, literally the day that it released. So there was no way that they actually had it themselves. They didn't actually buy it. And we're claiming that either the measurements were wrong or the photos were altered. Now, I can go ahead and tell you that we don't have time to be altering photos. That we have way too many knives and way too many things that we have to get pictured in our photo department to be able to alter photos. As far as measurements goes, I'm going to go ahead and show you this. This is how you measure a blade. So I don't mean to be snippy or snarky, but I'm going to be. So you set that down right there. Now, different companies do this differently, but we measured this blade at 2.8 inches. Now, some companies measure all the way to the back of the tang, right there where the finger guard is. That would put it at 3.2 inches. We typically measure on our designs, we typically measure the cutting edge because when you're talking about blade length, that is the part that matters, the cutting edge. So 2.8 inches is what this one measured at, and just under 6.5 inches overall. That is where this sits on that ruler. That is how that is measured. I don't know any other way to show this that is less smartass. or less snarky, but I just want to show you there is no trickery here. That is the length of that knife. So, if you have any questions about that, there you go. Now we've got a new brand here that we want to show off, and Isaac's been playing with this one. I am not 100% sure how to pronounce the name. It's either Remet or Remay or Remeet. I don't think it's Remeet. There's no way. Not with two T's. But I would say it's probably Remet. Now, this is going to be a gravity knife with a nice red, white, and blue camo carbon right there. And the function of this one is very interesting. So it's got a slide right there that's going to open this kind of, I guess, dual-sided clutch system here and release tension on the blade, and it's going to fall out the end. Then you release that slide, and it's going to lock the blade in place. Now, these two spring-loaded jobbers right here have a small portion of the blade, a little cutout that they lock into, and it makes a nice and solid lockup right there. M390 on the blade steel. That one is called the Swordfish, and we've got several different versions. That's going to be titanium on the handles, like I said, M390 on the blade, and we've got several different colorways and finishes on those between the all-black versions with the different inlays on them. And the cool thing about these, and I don't think I've actually told you this, Isaac, is these inlays you can purchase separately. And so you can get different inlays so that you can swap that out if you want to. If you want a different look, different color, different combination there. So we've got the carbon fiber inlay on the handle itself, and then we've got those inlays which can be purchased separately from Remet. And so you can get whatever combination you want to and put it together, or you can swap those out if you want it to match a different outfit, I guess. I don't...
This feels really good. It's definitely different than what I'm used to with gravity knives. It's a little bit slower, especially on the close. But I don't hate it because it's kind of satisfying to watch.
Right?
So it's like... it's interesting. I've never played with one like this, so it's definitely different in terms of what I'm used to. So I like it. It's definitely neat.
Very interesting design.
We've got several things from them.
So. Yes, so we wanted to kind of show off the brand. Now, this one is kind of tricky, and I haven't actually shown Isaac the details about this one. So this one's called the RT, and it looks, upon first inspection, if you show that backside, the spine there, it looks as though it is a monolithic or integral design. Either way works because either of them aptly describes what it is. But that's going to be what it looks like upon first inspection. But as I found out yesterday, that is not correct. There is a seam right there, and that back part, I know it's hard to see, but that back part actually comes off.
Right there.
And I will show you how that does real quick. So, and this is a very interesting design. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but you've got this takedown right here, which is very similar to like an AK takedown. And you just slide that down right there. This will slide forward just like that, and then it just lifts off. And now you have access to all the screws. Now, one thing to note and be very careful of is you'll see that once those screws are taken off, that blade edge is exposed right there. So you can take that off with the knife open if you want to, which I also don't really care for that much. Disassembling, even if it's just a slight bit, a portion of the knife, to access it for cleaning and stuff like that with the blade open is never my favorite thing to do. But very interesting design, and I love the final look that they did achieve with this. And then to put that back on, this is the way that I like to do it. I don't know how you're supposed to do it, but I just like to get it started up here at the front, if I can, here with my shaky hands like that. There we go. And then rotate that back down, get it set into place, and then just snap it back, and that's going to lock in place right back there. So, very interesting design. The seam basically disappears with the milling pattern on that, and it's a super smooth knife, really smooth action. M390 on the blade steel, titanium handle. So I would say that's a faux integral design.
Definitely don't see that ever. So, that's two things in a row now.
Yeah.
That's definitely different bone. We got another one coming, but this one's a little bit more affordable.
Yeah. So that one was $375. The first one was $298. This one is going to be much more on the affordability train. It's going to be a button lock. This one's called the Rhino from Remet, and this one's going to be in 14C28N. Nice button lock, ambi thumb studs, no flipper. I knew you'd like that. Yeah. And coming in at just $50. That's a great deal for 14C28N. Really nice, grippy micarta handles.
Good
Good fit and finish, good action. I really like that, and I thought that was a good addition to today's show and to the brand lineup, showing that they are cognizant of all different budgets when it comes to blades.
And it doesn't feel cheap.
No,
So
it doesn't.
Which, I mean, $50 isn't a cheap knife. This is, to a lot of people, that's a lot of money. So
Yeah.
that's it's still a really good knife. So even at $50, you're getting something that's going to last you a long time.
Yeah. And then just $5 more, $55. This is the Wild Species, and I like the look of this one. It's got a very beefy, outdoorsy look to it. Again, 14C28N on the blade steel. I like that. I like that oversized thumb stud as well. And we've got several different colors available. We've got this one, which is the black and green G10 with the orange liners. We've also got a predominantly green one with black G10 and orange liners. And then we've got, I think, an all black one maybe. Like I said, several different versions.
Bushcrafty to me.
Yeah, it really does. And they've actually got
it is called the Wild.
Upscale version of this one, I believe with M390, if I'm not mistaken, and titanium on the handles. So they do have a fancier version of this one. I also kind of like that the inlay on the thumb stud is blue. I don't know why.
And it matches the collar.
Yeah, it just looks kind of classy.
It's interesting for sure.
Yeah. And this is a day for some really budget blades. I mean, we had a couple of high-end stuff, high-end things down there. But next up, we wanted to show off the Civivi Elementum slip joint. So we've got a slip joint version. Really a nice nod to the European folks out there that can't own flippers. And Civivi did a really good job with this one. And I really like the way that this feels, and the walk and talk on this. For Civivi being a company that doesn't really do slip joints, the walk and talk on this is really fantastic and really solid lockup once it's open there. So I really like this thing. Again, 14C28N, a lot of people are using that right now. And with good reason, because it has really good corrosion resistance. It has really good wear resistance and toughness properties for the price point. I think that's a good deal right there, and I like seeing that. Like I said, for them to be a modern folder company, to be making a slip joint and making it that good, I dig it. And that one's coming in at $53.30.
Feels really good. It's light. I like the fact that it does have a pocket clip. I like the Elementum. I have an Elementum button lock, and it's really nice. I use it a lot. And if you're just all about that traditional, or like you said, in Europe, it's perfect. You can travel with this a lot easier than some other knives.
Exactly. And we've got another, a new buck on the table. Now, this one is called the Stinger. And this one I was actually really impressed with. I've got to say there's been some over the years that I was disappointed in, but this one I am super impressed with from Buck. Nice carbon fiber inlay, stainless steel on the back side, frame lock, aluminum on the front side with that carbon fiber inlay, and going to have the deep carry pocket clip, D2 on the blade steel. We've got, again, several different colors in this one. It is a flipper, but with D2 on the blade steel and those materials and that nice smooth action there, coming in at $46.95. I think that is a solid, I hate to say budget, but budget, EDC type knife.
Well, it's got my favorite steel in it, D2. I think all around, D2s is the way to go on everything that you need at a good price.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love D2. So I'm sure some people hate it. I've never really had an issue with it.
Yeah, it just works.
So, and it's not terrible to sharpen. I like it. So I would approve of it on this. So
Yeah.
And it's coming in at the right price, $46.95. It's made by Buck. You got that Buck brand, and
Got the Buck brand.
got the Buck brand.
It's a good bang for your buck.
It is. I like it. Green's my favorite color, and I think the carbon fiber works in great with it, and the blade kind of jewels it in to make it a little shiny. So
I love when I can get that little chuckle out of Isaac. That one always makes me happy. And then we've got a new knife from Tour that we just got in this past week. This is the Shifter S, and I got to say, I absolutely love this knife. So it's going to be a full tang fixed blade, G10 on the handles. This one's in SOCOM black, and it is a really nice size. Tour is known for making more tactical style blades, but I really like this for an outdoor or a hunting blade. This is going to make a great skinner with that belly on it like that. And it's a great size. It's a great size for even EDC, but especially for hunting. We're talking CPM M4 on the blade steel, so really tough, really hard. Not going to be corrosion resistant, but that's why we've got that SOCOM black finish on the blade that's going to help with that corrosion resistance. And it's going to come in with the sheath here that is lined as well. So it's not going to eat up that blade finish. It's nice and soft on the inside, and you can even hear it. Listen to this. And it just clicks right in, nice and soft on the inside, so it doesn't scratch that blade finish. And the ergonomics on this thing, it just feels really nice in the hand. It just like it swoops around your fingers.
It hugs your hand.
It does. Sure. It's a hand hugger.
It's a hand hugger. It does. It does feel good. I will warn. If you got big meaty paws, you might struggle with this one a little bit.
It might get a little cramped.
I don't want to just tell everybody to buy every knife. I want to give you good advice.
Yeah.
So this is a small knife.
I
got medium hands and it feels perfect.
I've got medium smallish hands. I've got schmedium hands.
I feel called out.
So Greg's got paws. He's got bare paws.
This is good. It's perfect for me. I'd say if you're like, I don't know, if you're big or not. So you know things.
You know things.
You know what works and what don't.
You drink and you know things. You're Peter Dinklage.
There's that. No,
but that's going to be a great, American brand, American made knife coming in at $275.
And if you are bigger, they have bigger knives.
Oh yeah.
So
absolutely.
I'm just letting you know.
Maybe they'll come out with a Shifter XL. Shifter XL.
Yeah. There's an XL Mini for everything now. So
yeah, exactly. And we've got some new iconic designs only available at SMKW from Victorinox, and that is going to be our Jeep Duck.
Time for Jeep Invasion.
I was about to say Duck Jeep. Our Jeep Duck.
You can get this now and get some wear on it.
Yeah.
And then come visit us. This when is it? August?
Yeah, coming up August 24th, I believe it is.
So if you
or no, that's National Knife Day. Jeep Invasion is in August sometime, close to National Knife Day.
I think it was the same weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah, all you duckers out there, get you one.
And we've got the Bacon Pig. So smoked bacon. Bacon. Are you aching? Yup. For some bacon. Yup. He's a big pig. Best and tasty local farm product right there. Got the nice Bacon Pig. And we've got all of these in the Tinker and the Classic SD. And then we've got our Sloth Classic SD right here. We've got this one in the Tinker as well. Sloth on the front side. And the back side says, don't hurry, be happy. I think that's fantastic.
What are you carrying today?
Dedication. I am carrying. I wanted to switch it up today. So I'm actually carrying my Tor exclusive right here. I believe this was the Chasm, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And in the Tonto blade, this is an older exclusive from when we first started carrying Tor. And I love how fidgety this knife is here with the G10 on the front side, black and red. I really enjoy this knife, and I forget how much I enjoy this knife. And it's super ergonomic. It just feels really nice. It carries really nice. And again, like I said, I forget how much I love this knife until I carry it, and then I fidget with it all daggum day.
Yeah.
And
I've got that one and the
Suitor.
yeah.
The Suitor.
Today I'm carrying the Banter. Wee Banter.
The Wee Banter.
The Wee Banter
with the crossbar.
crossbar. There's a lot of hyphens.
Wee Banter crossbar. My Carta.
I like this. I will say I carry it a lot. It's got some good gunk on the tip right there. But anyways, I like it. And then Greg's carrying a Lihama.
This is the Trinity Liangma design. I believe that is a. Is that. What brand is that?
Eureka?
Huh? Eurotech.
Eureka!
Eurotech. There we go. Eureka. Yeah, I knew it was an E. It's because it has it on the. But on that, yes.
We're not familiar with this chicken.
Liangma Design Trinity. I knew what the name of the knife was, but
Why? Because of the post-it note?
I got called out. Called out. Look. I'm supposed to act like I know what I'm doing here. I don't know what I'm doing. Just making it up as I go along.
Yeah,
You don't know why
at
you
this
guys
point, whoever's made it to this point,
is-
you're a true follower.
This is a cool knife because it's got the flipper, it's got the front flipper, and it's also got the thumb hole opening. It's very fidgety, super fidgety. 14C28N, really nice carry there, Greg. Really nice way to get a premium designer on a budget knife there for you.
He got me
Make
one for
yourself-
Christmas, and
Make
I
yourself
carried
feel
it.
better about calling yourself the cheap king. Cheap king. Cheap ching?
Cheap cheap. He got me one of those, not the same model, but he got me one of those for Christmas. I carried it last week. I actually like it. It's nice. This guy's breaking down. We're going to go. Thank you guys for watching.
We don't know why you watch, but we are glad that you do. Thank you guys so much. As always, it's been me, TC, here with Smoky Mountain Knife Works, along with Isaac and Greg. But, And remember, if it cuts, we carry it with the 9 o'clock news.